Hello guys, and welcome back to Joe's Ventures. And today, I know you guys will see this format and be like, oh, this looks a little familiar. So, if you guys remember about this time last year, I think about June last year, I kind of did a speculation, like, ideas and roadmap thing, where I split into two videos with the story and the free update. So, since I've had another year to ponder and look at other people's speculation, things like that, I thought I'd come up and formulate was an update, you could say 2023 update. So I'm quite excited to get stuck into this one. So I've got a couple actually really awesome new ideas. I've changed some things around to better fit like a story. So I'm really excited to get stuck into this one. So yeah, this is going to be the DLCs, ideas, and speculation or speculated roadmap for about 2023 and maybe into 2024. That's why I put 2024s, because it's 3 packs, so that you wouldn't be able to fit that going by the same 2 big expansions. Won't fit that same format. But anyway, let's get stuck into this. So let's move on to the next one. So these have been the past DLC releases. So we've had the first one, which was the early Cretaceous pack coming out December 2021, the 10th, for $7.99. We had the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur pack coming out 9th of March 2022, $9.99. So a little bit more expensive. Probably just because a little bit more in terms of lots of skins. The first expansion, which was the Biomes expansion, which came pretty much right about when Jurassic World Dominion was out in theaters, at about the 15th of June 2022, and was about $19.99 a pop for USD, so pretty good price there, or pretty good pack. I like that one. We also had a little bit later, we had the late Cretaceous pack around the 15th of September. A little bit delayed, but really nice pack that we got with that one. And $17.99 USD, and I think we got the Barbadactylus and the Alamosaurus and things like that. And then after that, in December, came out on the 9th, we had the Dominion Malta expansion. So this one came in 9th of December, 1999. So this covered a lot of the animals that were missing, like the Lystrosaurus and things like that, as opposed to the Biomes pack, which had like Quets and the new Dreadnoughtus and the Pyroraptor and things like that. So it kind of split it into 2 and had both really interesting campaigns. And then we had the Feathered Species pack, the most recent one from the 30th of March 2023 for $17.99, and it was a very nice pack. I definitely enjoyed that one. Love seeing my feathered dinosaurs. As a accuracy nerd or whatever, like a paleo nerd, really enjoyed that. So yeah. So what we know, typically from the general release schedule, we have 4 packs each year. So 2 smaller dinosaur packs and 2 larger story packs, spaced out about every 3 months or so. Not necessarily perfect, like you get one in December, the one might be in like November or October, so it doesn't work out perfectly, but generally it's based on the typical rollout for Planet Zoo, JWE1, etc. So I mean, things like that. So the first game, or the first the original Jurassic World Evolution 2 came out on late 2021, with Jurassic World Dominion, which released in mid-2022. So that came out around the same time as the Biomes pack, so they tried to keep it a little bit like separate. And they had 6 DLCs planned already out, or 6 DLCs already out by July 2023. So we've got about 6 more if we go with the 12 model, but we'll see how it goes. Most likely, I think, the last DLC will be in December 2023, which matches the 18 to 20 months cycle of Jurassic World Evolution 1, which could, unless supported extended 3 years, considered for Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster. I consider that unlikely, but I think there could be a couple more packs put in, because I know a lot of people are very much completionists. So, and I think would be a good idea to try and get as much JP stuff in this as possible, because that's what really the people want. So get as much JP stuff in this game, because I know it's still actually performing okay. But potential smaller DLC or free editions, things like the Raptor Squad pack from the first game, or the Pseudoceratops could be added from other JP media like Camp Cretaceous Season 5, or Headed Adventure, things like that. But they could potentially be too hard to predict. And smaller updates could add features in the packs that I've come up with, so I'll keep this very general, and there'll be an update video. I'm going to do the 2023 version of that update one as well. I have a couple changes there, which I'm quite excited to get into. So let's start off with the Wu Hybrid DLC. So I know this is a little bit of a rehash of the Secrets of Dr. Wu, and I know a lot of people have been suggesting that, but I think I've got a really interesting story thread to kind of expand on that a bit more and really go from it helps. I'll go through it, but it really connects kind of a thread through all the franchise from like the Jurassic Park era to the Jurassic World era. So I'm quite excited to go through that. So the campaign or the story is based around Doctor Wu. With the story would start with the story starting, let's say, I probably didn't proofread this enough, but whatever. Would start in 1999 with a small team, including him, illegally cloning dinosaurs like the Spinosaurus on Isla Sorna in secret. And then you go through Wu creating the first hybrids, that includes like the Scorpius and then the Indominus. And then finish with him in Lockwood Manor creating the Indoraptor. So it really goes from that thread there. So this really is kind of the more underrated movies of the franchise. So Jurassic Park 3 would lead into Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Camp Cretaceous, and Camp Cretaceous Adventure. So it really ties all that together and creates a nice thread through there, which I'm really proud of. And what a lot of people I know would like is that it would reintroduce hybrids from Jurassic World Evolution 1, which is kind of the only things left, and expands on the Jurassic World building theme. Kind of similar how the 30th anniversary update added to the Jurassic Park theme, so something like that would be really cool. And potential returning characters could be like Owen Grady, Claire Daring, Simon Masroni, Vish Hoskins, Barry Simbene, and whoever you go on. Basically the Jurassic World people. So the new maps, we'll kind of go in a U shape here. So we're starting up at the left. We've got the Isla Sorna 1999. So if there's a little bit of lore, we're about like 9 months or about a year or so between like in 1999. There was a group of people. This is what came from the Gene Act. So basically they went in and spent a few months creating a bunch of new dinosaurs and then left. So in this, we're going to be assuming this is going to be part of the... Wu would be part of that, and then creating these hybrids and then lead into the rest of the game. So this will be a tropical map, very similar to the JP3 Chaos Theory map. You'd have some future Easter eggs in there, why not? Missions will be to create new dinosaurs while avoiding wild ones, and monitor how the new dinosaurs will survive on Sorna. So very interesting. And you create the Spinosaurus, which is technically the first hybrid, or you could say that the first kind of new animal created. And then we skip up about 15 years or so, and then we start with the Isla Nublar Research Facility in 2014. So this would be quite similar to Isla Tucano in the research facility than the first game, but we'll be introducing some new hybrids along with the young Indominus Rex and Scorpius. So you could say, we're starting to experiment, then we create the Scorpius, because in Camp Cretaceous that was the first one created. So the Scorpius and then the Indominus, and maybe introduce a couple other hybrids as well as you go through. Because there also the Stegoceratops in the movie was supposed to appear, so it's very likely that existed at the same time. So you could have a couple hybrids go through that one. And for maybes, I put raptor training. I think it'd be cool to have Owen do some raptor training stuff, because I feel like that's kind of been a little bit left out. And then we have the park in the background as kind of a cool little, like very much like a cool Easter egg, because you could say this is off in the corner of the island somewhere. And then, after all the events of Jurassic World happen, and then in 2017 we go to Lockwood Manor. So this will be a mainland map that's set in Northern California. So we kind of take the dinosaurs off Nublar after all that fiasco is gone. We nurse them back to health and sell them off. And missions can include the Indoraptor, so cloning of the Indoraptor, add a little military subplot, things like that, and some more new hybrids. And it would kind of end with how the events of things end with the dinosaurs escaping into the world. So really, really cool in that regard. So this would be very much to expand the Jurassic World theme. There's lots of decorations you could add that are very similar in the vein, I think, of the 30th anniversary update, like just 30 or 40 or even 50, like just different statues and designs and things that are very reminiscent of Jurassic World. But other things I'd like to put in as well, you have the Jurassic World Raptor Paddock, which is really, really cool, really nice shape. I know people have been making their own or building them, but it would be really cool. Also the Indominus, because I really like that fence style and potentially even use it. And because this connects to Hidden Adventure as well, as kind of a little nod to it, because that was part of the Jurassic World franchise. This would have the animatronic dinosaurs, so potentially have that as well, and maybe like a Jeep ride or something that can go with it. So you can have your Jeep ride and then put some animatronic dinosaurs doing some animations. Could be kind of cool. And there's another cool statue we could use, that Hammond statue, with the kid petting the dinosaur that he's holding there. Really, really cool in that regard. So in terms of dinosaur variants and textures, so a lot of people have been really asking for the Jurassic World website animals. I'm one of those as well, because they're done by Julius Titoni, who's a really wonderful paleo artist. And we can see that they are much more scientifically accurate, and I just like their design so much. And since they're part of the lore, why not include them in? Perfect for like variants and textures. So we have the baryonyx, as you can see the baryonyx there. Another one done by wonderful Julius Titoni, and is actually pretty good. Not the weird alligator with tiny arms that the original one is. We got the Pachycephalosaurus. I think that one was quite nice, so I really like a little bit more accuracy as well, a little bit better posture as well. Parasaurolophus walking around on 4 legs. We can definitely do that now, because people even modded one. I recently just covered a mod where it was walking around on all 4s. It's just based on a different rig. And an extra one as well from last time, we've got Pteranodon. I managed to find the Pteranodon that Julius Titoni did for the website, and I really, really love it. I think it's just such wonderful colours. I think it would fit perfectly within the game, especially with like Suchomimus, which is already based on one of his designs anyway. And next up, we've got Jurassic World Dominion, or like kind of Jurassic World remodel. You could make because the Apatosaurus is definitely a lot bigger in that movie, or in those movies than the other ones, so you could make like a slightly bigger one and change the model a bit. As you can see, it's doesn't have the big ponderous feet. It looks a little bit more lean and mean in terms of the legs. And you can also make it much bigger, because we see the Apatosaurus in the movies often made quite a bit bigger than it was in the first few movies, so that could be cool. Also, the Battle of Big Rock male Nasutoceratops we haven't seen yet. All the ones we see are the females. Nice to get a male variant, because I like the design of it with like kind of the big horns turning up like that, and also on the brow, not on the brow, on the nasal bone there, it's kind of like this almost plating going up. I really like that. It's really cool. And because we're connecting this to Hidden Adventure, because of course, even though it's Camp Cretaceous, I think it would be better to kind of introduce it as this part, because it makes more thematical sense, because it was a part of Jurassic World. You get the Tarbosaurus. Everyone loves the Tarbosaurus. I quite like the design of it. I think it's actually quite distinct from the T-Rex, and even if it is a little bit the same, I think it's cool, and I know a lot of people are completionists, so they'd like to see it in the game. And then we also, another animal that's kind of been missed out, even from both rows of DLCs, especially the big expansions. We've got the Microceratus, which is in Jurassic World website version, as you can see there. Another one done by Julius Titoni, did a really wonderful job. And the Jurassic World Dominion version, which we already covered a mod of, that was done by Wheat. And the Tabo as well was a mod done by Wheat. He put the Camp Cretaceous skin on the accurate one, and I love it. And yeah, so really, really cool. Definitely some wonderful additions. So next up, we've also got the hybrids, the return of the lovely hybrids. So we've got Spinoraptor coming back, of course, from Jurassic World Evolution 1. Same as Stegoceratops, but I put 2 versions there, because the one from Jurassic World Evolution doesn't look anything like the Jurassic World version. So it'd be cool to have both versions as contrasts. Ankylodocus is a redesign. I put the tape-wing one that they did for the original one, when we were like, oh, it looks ugly. But yeah, I really like that design, so I think to get to redesign. And I think it'd be really cool to have a hybrid and or and a pterosaur hybrid. So something that flies and something that swims. I think that'd be really cool. That's why I put and or. Maybe you just pick one or the other. Really just gives a little bit more diversity to the hybrid roster, rather than just big carnivores and things like that. I believe the only animals that we have are hybrids now: the Indom, the Indoraptor, and the Scorpius Rex. But yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I know a lot of people saying, oh, you're going to be reselling it to us, but I think in terms of basically the redesign as well, we're getting another Jurassic World design as well, and we're getting a redesign for the Ankylodocus. It's really now this Spinoraptor, and they could redesign that as well, and maybe even just put it part as the free pack that comes with this update. Give you a couple cool new returning animals. I think that would be quite cool. But yeah, I think that would work well. I think most people would be okay with that. So you're definitely a big fan of that. So this is the hybrids at the end, and then we've got Another one, my brainchild that I love. I've edited this one a little bit because I changed the one of the missions. I changed one of the missions to be the beginning of the Woo DLC mission, but this is Return to a Lost World. So the story is going to be based on the 1997's The Lost World, the second movie, and the elements of JP3 can be put in the second mission, you could say. But I didn't edit that out, of course, because I didn't proofread this because I'm silly. But yeah, you could put some elements in there, but mostly it's going to be based around The Lost World. Missions are about studying the wild dinosaurs on Lisa Sauna and fighting off InGen and taking back dinosaurs, nursing them back to health, and then releasing them back into the wild. And you have like potential returning characters: Nick Van Owen, Sarah Harding, Beta Ludlow, Tembo, things like that. I think those characters would really do well to come back. It's kind of this game's version of Return to Jurassic Park, which I think would be quite cool. Have our own kind of version of that, because a lot of people like The Lost World. I think it's the second favorite in the franchise, so it would be nice to give the second movie the DLC like this. I think that would be awesome. So our new maps here. So our first big map's going to be quite large. I really want to, because now we have those big square maps. I really want a huge map that can like almost act like Site B-ish type. It's not going to be quote unquote full Site B, but this is supposed to be wild dinosaurs. So there's going to be herds of dinosaurs living and doing things. And the map will be a more boreal forest, open grassland type, like in the Lost World, and with redwoods and things like that. And I think it'd be cool if the map was kind of based on this redwood scene. I think it'd be the game trail scene, so kind of open fields with all sorts of different trees, and you can put some redwoods and things like that. And also put them some Easter eggs, like the workers' village, the Rex nest, the caravan off the cliff, rivers, long grass, things like that. That could be really cool. And missions will be studying dinosaurs, taking pictures, especially since you have some photographers there. Rescuing dinosaurs for InGen / Corp / Biomes. So I think you can kind of use those companies interchangeably. So you can say, oh, you have Manticore coming, now you have InGen, now you have Biomes. So kind of like mixes it up and creates a little bit more variety. And the mechanic would work quite similar to the Poacher one from the Chaos Theory, the Biomes DLC Chaos Theory. I think that would be really, really awesome. And then you'd be releasing the dinosaurs back into the wild once you found them. So I'd say in the story it kind of works, I would say kind of worked to the Return to Jurassic Park. So you kind of spend a lot of time on this map studying, da-da-da-da-da. And then InGen will come catch your dinosaurs, and then you go to the InGen Harvester Camp. So these will be long map with cages and enclosures filled with captured dinosaurs and decorations. And the Easter eggs will come from the Lost World, so you could have other ones, like maybe the Rex Nest. You could have them split across the two maps in that regard. And then missions will be herding the captive dinosaurs away from the hunters to while avoiding the hunters. You could say, like, we are the poachers in that regard. We go in, try and infiltrate, take out the dinosaurs, and then head back to the temperate map and return, nurse them back to health and release them back into the wild. So I think that'd be quite cool. Definitely adds a nice story. So kind of we're being the good, we are the poachers, so we kind of infiltrate, sneaking into the camp, taking them out, and then releasing them. So I think that'd be really, really awesome. Another theme to go in with that, we've got the Overgrown theme. So you could have the InGen compound. That could be another one added as well. Maybe this would work out a little bit better with the first one, but I think this would probably be better because I got the Overgrown theme, rustic theme, while the other one's kind of just more expanding on the Jurassic World theme. Overgrown, like buildings, like rusted and overgrown, like the workers' village, so overgrown, busted, things like that. And you also have the hide, if you remember that scene with Kelly and Ian Malcolm and that. I think that'd be a really cool like version of the Biomes one to allow you to observe dinosaurs in like a non-intrusive way. I think that'd be really, really cool. And some new placeable objects. We can have the Lost World vehicles. There's all sorts of cool vehicles, like the big like caravan and some of the big like catcher trucks and things like that. It'd be cool to have them as Jeep and vehicle reskins, as well as both placeables. Also some base camp tents to put around. You can see different versions of the tents that we could put around. I think that'd be really, really cool. Dinosaur cages was really cool as well. I know we already have some now, but I think we could add some more. You can see we've got the Stegosaurus one there, and got the T-Rex one at the top there, and some other designs for different ones there. And you can also have some overgrown decorations like cars covered in vines and ferns and things like that, along with benches and all that. So I think that would be a really nice building theme to go along with that. New Dinosaur Variants will have variants of the Momentosaurus. So the Momentosaurus, as you can see there from the game, is very different from the one in the movie, and it would be nice to have one that looks more aligned, especially if we have, like with the Dreadnoughtus now, we have the Jurassic World Evolution Dreadnoughtus and the movie Dreadnoughtus. It'd be nice to have something like that with Momentosaurus, have much longer tail, all that. I think that'd be rather good. Also, a Dilophosaurus skin that looks much more like the one in the movie. We already have one for the Dominion one. I think that could be cool. Gallimimus as well. I think that deserves one. We already have like the skin for it. We have a 1993 skin. It'd be cool to have a variant that has a little bit more in terms of like design, looking more like the textures and changes like that. And also the 1907 Pteranodon. Which we kind of already had in the first game, but we don't have in the second game, so it'd be nice to give it a nice variant that looks like the one from that movie. And in terms of skins and retextures, we have the 93 Parasaurolophus there. That's one that's a really nice skin that I hope we get. Also the 97 and 2001 Triceratops, which is just a reskin Stegosaurus, but that could be just the skin put on the original Triceratops. I'm not too worried about the model. It looks really, really nice in that regard, though. Definitely a big fan. Our retexture of the Pachycephalosaurus would be awesome, to kind of just make it pop a little better, because it looks a little flat in my opinion, and really nice to have all those wrinkles and things like that, as you can see on that model. The O1 Spinosaurus would be nice skin to return, but that could also go in the Dr. Wu one, as it appears in that one, though I don't want to fill that one up too much. I'm trying to spread it out a bit. And you have the Corythosaurus as well over there. That looks a little bit better, more like the Jurassic Park 3 one, which is quite cool. So in terms of other ideas, so it could be a cool idea as like an alternate, you could play as InGen and round up the dinosaurs. That'd be too similar to other game modes. But I think playing as the poachers and kind of infiltrating the harvester map would be quite cool. As I put breeding, I'm not going to say breeding in the sense as the animals will actually like have male and female and breed babies. It's more that I would like to have baby animals within these herds to kind of give that illusion, like a baby cosmetic. I've talked about that a little bit in my updates one from last year. I'm going to be talking about that one in this one as well, this year's one as well. So we'll have baby dinosaurs as like a little cosmetic with a different rig, things like that. I think that'd be really cool to add in a pack like this, especially like a free update, so we can have some baby dinosaurs that go in with the adults and have that really Site B mode. And then we can also have random dinosaur spawning, so we can have areas of the map where dinosaurs will spawn and kind of come in and out of the map as dinosaurs will hunt and kill other animals, and then kind of creates the self-sustaining population within your big map and be able to have a really nice like self-sustaining population there. I think that'd be quite cool. So creating an almost true Site B mode, so you'd be able to have dinosaurs come in and come out like they're wandering in and out of the area in the map. So I think that would be quite cool to work with. But yeah, next up, this is the new one, completely new one. I'm quite excited to talk about this one. I know you guys love Camp Cretaceous, so I put in the Multicorp DLC. So Manticorp, not Multicorp, Manticorp. So Manticorp, everyone knows and loves. We love Season 4 and 5 of Camp Cretaceous. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but it introduced some new concepts and things that I think would be really cool for DLC. And I actually enjoyed the show. I enjoyed it more than the movies, but that's probably just because I had a much lower bar for the show than the movies. I'm not going to say it's really, really great by any means. It's definitely geared towards kids. But campaign is based on Season 4 and 5 of Camp Cretaceous. So the story will base around the creation of Manticorp Island, so kind of starting off with the players taking dinosaurs from Mesosaurna and breeding new dinosaurs as well. That could be put some new dinosaurs in the pack, while building the biodomes and other infrastructure on the island. And then obviously the events of Season 4 and 5 come out with the crew ending up on that island, and then kind of everything going to crap. And then, as it does in Jurassic franchise, of course. And then we move to the events after Season 5 and turn the island to a dinosaur sanctuary. That's where we can have the Camp Cretaceous crew returning. So you can have like Ben maybe spearheading it and like taking care of a lot of the dinosaurs on the island. And there are lots of potential returning characters, of course. You can have Daniel and Cash and Dr. May Turner as part of like giving you missions and things like that for the pre-Season 5 missions, and then the CC crew for the post-Season 5 missions, with potentially May returning, for example, because I believe Cash is dead and Daniel's in jail. So you could kind of have that return. I think that would be really, really cool. They kind of separate a couple missions. But I'm not gonna have separate maps. It's gonna be like one map, but they're split into like different biodomes. So you can see the biodomes in the original show. You had these kind of four, and then you had the one in the middle there. That was pretty much like a tropical one that a lot of the dinosaurs lived in. So they'd be split into 5 biomes. We've got the desert, redwood, tropical swamp, tropical rainforest, and tundra/arctic. And each biome will be almost like a new map. Maybe not quite something like an in-between, but it's something that you research throughout the game. So you kind of start off, you maybe just building the central hub, and then you're like taking some dinosaurs in, and then you build a new one, and then you build the next one, and da 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 da. So kind of like building up, you feel like that real sense of progression. And it's a new map, and then you can move dinosaurs between them. There could be missions like saying, "Oh, how does this Cantrosaurus do in the Arctic biome," or something like that, and how does the Spinosaurus, as they did, do in the desert biomes, things like that. That's why they find it in the desert biome in the show. And the missions will include things like researching dinosaurs' behavior as part of May stuff. There'll be dinosaur fights, and maybe we could even include the control chips that were a big plot point in the show in there, and maybe like there's a mission you have to round them up and put them in their heads or something like that. I think that would be interesting. But yeah, I think that'd be quite nice. Next up, we've got the Mana Corp themes. This will be another building theme and more Camp Cretaceous content. So there'd be the Mana Corp theme, as you've seen in the show. There's lots of very futuristic paths, building and fences. Something to really fit that kind of aesthetic. Even that big central building in the middle there. That would be awesome for putting in your map and things like that. Very much like the Biosyn building. I think that'd be quite cool. And another bit more of a gameplay change. Instead of having your typical MVU Ranger and Capture teams, you have your drones, your Brads and Bradx's, which are very like robotic dinosaurs or robotic dog types, along with the drones that you could use to herd dinosaurs. I think that'd be a very interesting gameplay change. So probably fits a little bit more with the theme. I think that could be quite cool. And also have your more Cretaceous themed decorations and items. You could have like your big tow truck that we put there, the zip line and the tour gate, etc. So really just adding more decorations and things and another theme, which I think would be quite cool. In terms of new skin and retextures, there's actually a wide variety of skins and textures you can add in there. There's a wide variety because, as I'll show, the new animals is in terms of like the show ones are a little bit low, so I think you can compensate, especially with what the first Dinosaur Pack did, kind of compensate with a wide variety of skins. As you can see, we've got Little E.T., there's a new Dilophosaurus, also with a pink frill as well that I didn't put in here. The new Spinosaurus skin, you could have the burnt Toro and also the Toro that's got like the scratches on it. That black Ceratosaurus is quite cool. There's a couple of Stegosaurus with really awesome skins. You can see that one with like almost like Holstein cow kind of spots on it, and then you got this one with the stripes down there, and the one with kind of the orange belly or the orange stripe on its side. Some really interesting skins. You got this like a light brown Brachiosaurus, all sorts of cool models of things like that. I think it would be really awesome to put into the update, of course. And then we've got new dinosaurs. Well, technically, we've got new animals. We've got Nothosaurus. That's one everyone's been asking for. I don't think it'll be fully... I think it'd just be a lagoon animal. I think that's the best way to put it. So you can have it swimming around, and then you have like a beached area where it can come out on the side. Because you can place things on the side of lagoons. You could have like a platform where they come up and like bask or maybe do some social animations, and then they go off and do their own thing. I think that's probably the best way to implement it, but it's definitely an animal worth adding, because I know everyone loves the completionists. I know Spino or Spinoceratops, as I think it's often called, would be a really cool animal to add because it's quite a prominent animal in the thing, and gives us another hybrid that's like a herbivore and a fish eater. I think a lot of people would like that, and definitely nice to show them as adults, and then maybe you could have the baby cosmetic. Depends how it's introduced, and have Angel and Rebel-esque baby cosmetics. And I know this one's a little controversial, but Smilodon. I know a lot of people say, like, I know Evolution Squared said, oh, because they give live birth, but like most marine reptiles give live birth. We have evidence of like Ichthyosaurus giving birth to live young, so I don't think that's a weird thing on the mechanics. It's just whether they want to introduce a Smilodon or not, and I think it'd be fine on its own. I don't know if they really want to expand on that, but because it's in Camp Cretaceous, I think it'd be a little bit weird to not include it. But yeah, because we already have Lystrosaurus and Dimetrodon in the game as well, and they're kind of the only synapsid, so why not add Smilodon? Give us another weird synapsid, why not? But yeah, really, really cool. I think that'd be really awesome in that regard. So finished up, so thank you for watching. So a lot of the content that I've added in this video is based on my own ideas and looking at what the community wants. So if there's something that you really want to see and that hasn't made it yet, leave a comment. So I'd like to hear what you people think. So the next update video for 2023/24 will be coming soon, and of course I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like and subscribe. Always remember to get the little bell icons to get notified about anything. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hope you guys like and subscribe, and bye bye.